This video is going to be called Gang Stalking Church. Anyway, I'm going to have a little beer, just one. I'm not an alcoholic. Sometimes I just like to chill. And yeah, it's Australia. It's nice. I don't know why you're all so concerned with working all day, every day anyway. Doesn't matter what you do, prices are going to get out of control. Your kids are going to end up homeless and starving anyway. You can't even do polypermaculture like nature. Notice how it's not just one crop. Jesus, mate. You just can't even look what's right in front of you. It's called myopia, short-sightedness. So, yeah, your kids are going to end up poor and weak. It's already happening. They're all very depressed and unhappy. I don't know if you have any connection to your kids, but these new generations is what I'm talking about. I'll repeat it. They're going to end up poor and weak. And, I just drove past the church, and on the sign, oh, look, it's a beautiful arvo. Oh, fucking yeah. Yeah, very nice afternoon here, Sunshine Coast, Australia. This is just a big open beach stretch. There's Moreton Island and Moreton Bay. I used to sail around there with my parents when I was younger. There's Caloundra. Right. So yeah, the sign on the church, it was like, the merciful God, what did it say? Something like, the weak and the poor, God's always there for you. And about compassion. But, they're not paying, the church does not pay fucking taxes and stuff, right? I'm not sure what it's like in Australia. Actually, don't quote me, because I'm not 100% sure if it's the same as in America, that the churches don't pay tax. But I notice the churches always have really good little spots. You know what I mean? And a lot of bullshit written on their boards out the front of the church, and it said, the poor and the weak, God's always there for you, kind of thing. Something along those lines. And I just thought, well, that's interesting, because I think this particular church is a gang stalking church itself. I didn't show it because I couldn't be bothered. I rode past. I didn't want to circle back around. I just thought I'm just going to keep going and remember it and do a little video on it. And they want you poor and weak. Not so they're not just there ready to give you compassion. Or they're just waiting their whole lives just for your incoming spirit into this matrix so they can give you compassion. What would that be? Even if that was true, what would that be, kids? Remember what I've taught you on the channel, inurement. And what's inurement, kids? It's death, spiritual death. Oh, it'll give you a fucking supercar in this place, but it's spiritual death. It's inurement, that's what it is. It's spiritual death. They're very synonymous. And, I was just thinking how I think this church is a gang stalking church, because I've been in this area for a while. I think you all know what's happening. And when I rode past the church more, the gang stalking was worse. The helicopters and the planes would come immediately within, like 10 minutes. And I've been doing this for a long time. I know what I'm talking about. This is not, oh, Ben's on the glass pipe. I don't touch glass pipes. And look, this is endlessly the dogs have to come up to me. No. And it's not because I'm strong and all this shit. Don't bullshit me with that. So, they're nosy, like they're fucking owners. That's what's going on. They won't leave you alone. And yeah, it's like community agents and stuff, you know what I mean? I was just thinking how this church was a very gang stalking church, you know what I mean? And like I said, I noticed correlations in increases in the gang stalking. So yeah, for me, I know you're just listening to it on a video, that's fine. But I know from my experience, the fullness of the moment, right? And since I don't go past that way anymore, it's been less. Now, there's agents in every fucking street, in every fucking corner, and it's not like it's completely stopped, but I notice the difference. So I'm telling you, from experience, not everything is going to be peer reviewed, studied, and given to you in a journal article, alright? Anyway, I may have made some mistakes here and there, but, you know, this sort of thing is not one of them, because I don't just, you know, conclude this stuff very quickly. And it's just been happening for so long that I know what I'm seeing. A lot of people don't. A lot of people are not gang stalked yet. This is what I'm trying to say with this video. If you haven't already put the pieces together, gang stalking is coming for your kids, because they're going to be weak and poor. They can't do fucking nothing about it. Just like me, I can't go to court. I can't get no lawyer. I'd have to represent myself. Luckily, I've got a business IT degree, and I'm not a dumbass, and I can represent myself. And I've gotten myself out of trouble in court. What you do is you write to the judge, and then you get in the court, and she has to read your 2-page write-up, sees that you're very intelligent, and they let you go. Basically, I've done that before. You just have to go about the stuff the right way, and you won't always get in trouble. But the point is, it's a difficulty, and I don't want to test my luck, so to speak. You know what I mean? I don't want to test the odds, test the numbers and the probabilities of it. So, you know, I've always just tried to avoid making trouble with these gang stalkers. My channel could be way more hardcore. I could have caught so many more gang stalkers. I could have staked them out and everything. But you get in trouble. People whinge and things blow up out of proportion, and it'll end up just affecting you anyway. So, like, the sly method is the best method I've found. I mean, you can brute force this stuff, but you're going to end up in court over and over again, and that's what they want. And you might well go to jail, which is, luckily, I've been able to avoid that. You know what I mean? For doing anything. Man, they try and get you for the smallest things, you know what I mean? So anyway, when you're poor and weak, you know, I'm not weak physically, but like financially I'm weak, because I'm poor. So there's a type of weakness that I have, which is why they prey on me. Also, I'm not large in stature. It's funny, at the gym I pull weight as big as the big guys. Some of these big guys pulling small weight on the repetitions, and I'm repping like my body weight and stuff, you know, on all machines. And people look, I see people looking like, oh, you look strong. Yeah, fucking oath, come test it. Because for me, it's fun and I'm guided. You can come test it. It's only going to increase me. You know, for me, it really is, you know, what doesn't kill me will make me stronger, because I've got a mental, spirit, light body. I'll actually be able to meditate on it and grow stronger. Anyway, look, back to the point. You know, your kids are going to end up starving, right? I showed that video. Some guy was making a video, we need to talk about your starving grandchildren because of monoculture, essentially, to summarize, because you're all a bunch of fucking idiots and you won't plant food everywhere. This could be sweet potato. Looks like sweet potato, but it's not edible. It could be Ceylon spinach. Come down here and get spinach and sweet potato. All this space, you know what I mean? But people do too fucking dumb. Just follow the leader, just senseless sheep out here. And you just want to work all day like bots. It's fucking interesting. It's very mindless, and you all think you're better than me. That's what I found hilarious. Well, I'm just writing books about soul, a little overlooked thing in history. That'll make me live forever. You just worked for a company. No one will give a fuck in 100 years what you did, what job you had. Oh, you're a big financial guy, are you? No one's going to give a fuck, because there was a million other financial dickheads just like you. No one's going to remember you for nothing. They're going to see my book. It's still going to be there. Someone's going to have passed it on because of the epicness, yeah? Yeah. Penetrating the foundations of this shithole. Penetrating deep into nature. Yeah, mate. Penetrating like a real man. Sorry, had to. Yeah, look, my point is, they want you to be weak and poor, right? I've seen lectures on this before. I'm not the first to say that. I get it. But I'm just trying to associate it with gang stalking, because, you know, no one has really done that. You know, maybe some channels here and there have mentioned it, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's really a thing. They want you weak and poor. They need prey. They think they're of God, but don't realize who their God is, right? And this satanic stalking is satanic. And I'm not just pointing to Satan, one entity. I talk about the 7 devils. It's more than this. There's watchers, monitoring spirits, blah, blah, blah. It's beyond the scope of this little video. I'm about to shut it off, but I just wanted to emphasize, you know, these people, and they're not just waiting in the churches to be fucking helping people. Yeah, I know people want to feel purpose and stuff, right? I get that. Some people might say, oh, that's their purpose. They're just there to help. Man, I don't need you to patronize me and the points I'm trying to make, because that's what you're doing. Or you're just being dumb and you don't see what I'm saying. The whole place is a setup. It's not a simulation by a civilization that's super advanced, some aliens. It's some spiritual entities, and it's an energy extraction matrix simulation. And this whole place is a fucking setup. It's a secret simulation world. And when you get into gang stalking, you find that out. After a decade of gang stalking, you will find that out too. And it's coming to society. Remember, all of society is now turning into a gang stalking society. Well, when I was a kid, there was nowhere near half, not even half the cameras out there. And this is Australia. Imagine being in China, right? China's got that whole fucking camera system going nuts. Right? It's crazy. It's out of control. Every fucking place you walk, everything you do, everything is scored. Social credit score system. That shit is coming to the world. Yeah, some municipalities are going to put it off, but it's the general model is what we can see, right? And, you know, they want you to be on universal basic income. The whole story, you guys should know this by now, right? So what I'm saying is that it's all coming together. Definitely, Agenda 2030, all that business, right? I know about all this stuff. But yeah, look, the point of it all. What is the point of it all? The Great Sealing, which I've talked about, which Jesus talked about. So go check those videos where I talk about the Great Sealing. I'm writing about this in Solus Anthropoids, Not Humans, the current Organic Portal Handbook as well. So you might want to buy that, because, you know, when something is written, you're going to be able to have it there to check up on. You might lose the video, forget where I mentioned something. So it's better to buy a book. That's one reason I've started creating books, and will probably just increase my pace of creating books for that reason, not just for money, but it's better to just have it written, because you can go over the same sentence, you know, make the same sentence better and better and so on, right? Editing. But yeah, they want you poor and weak. That's where all this is going. Why? They're not that fucking stupid that they can't tell that you can put food plant everywhere. Food plant grow. Hey monkey, food plant and grow. See, it's super simple. People are not literally not that dumb, right? You know what I mean? The councils know that food plants grow. It might take a little bit more effort, but of course we can run irrigation. How hard is that? In Australia, they've got people out here in this spot we're speaking in. They'll come and they'll weed. They'll take out weeds and noxious plants and stuff. That is so close to planting food plants. You're literally in the air.